my happy readers. It's Bedtime Stories with Issy. I am reading The Magical Advent Calendar, written by Fiona Simpson-Stober. Now, it's the 5th of December, which means it's day 5. Are you ready to turn the page? The Magical Advent Calendar, day 5. When Ira woke up this morning, it was Saturday morning. Oh, how she loved Saturday mornings. She didn't have to get up for school. In fact, she could stay in bed. It was a lovely, lazy morning. She was lying in bed, just thinking about the week. It had been a funny week. When her grandma had given her that advent calendar, she hadn't thought for a second that it would be magical. How wrong she was! It really was magical. She was so excited to see what was going to be in today. As she woke, Ira was thinking about the evening they had had yesterday. They had shared fish and chips and watched a film just like they always did. This time it was different. They had chosen to get fish that had been fairly caught. Ira was so proud of her family for deciding to change, for deciding to do something to help the environment. It had made no difference to their evening at all. In fact, the fish had tasted better. They all agreed. They had watched a funny film and Ira was still laughing about it while she was brushing her teeth before she went to bed. She went to say good night to her little brother when he asked her, "Ira, I know we ate good fish tonight, but I have a question. I learned at school that there are some oceans full of rubbish, polystyrene boxes, plastic bottles, and lots of other things. I noticed our fish and chips came in a polystyrene box. Do you think that box ended up in the ocean too?" "That is a really good question, Ben. I don't know the answer, but I do think you have a good point. Let me think about it. Night-night. Night-night, Ira." As she was falling asleep, Ira was thinking about her brother's question and wondering what would be in her advent calendar the next day. It felt like she had only been asleep for 5 minutes when Ira woke up that Saturday morning. It was the 5th of December. Ira was happy to wake up early. She was dying to open day number 5. So she got up and walked slowly towards the advent calendar. She saw the number 5 immediately. It was in the top left-hand corner. It actually had a little Santa's hat on it, which was quite funny because it reminded her of her friend from Holland. Ira's friend and her family celebrated the feast of St. Nicholas on this day. In Holland and in Germany and in many other countries in the world, they celebrate the feast of St. Nicholas. The children put their boots out in the front of the door and then they get filled with sweets and biscuits and fruit. Ira thought this was quite a lovely tradition. She looked down at her feet and wondered if she could put her snowflake shoes out. Only now, as she was standing in her room, she had no snowflake shoes, just socks. She knew her snowflake shoes were only from the other world that she had been visiting over the last 4 days, Her snowflake shoes were from the world of Nashim. Just like the days before, Ayria carefully started to open the door. She hadn't even put her finger under the door, and it happened again. This was real, and Ayria was already excited. Ayria tucked her finger behind the door, and as if by magic, she fell backwards. A force stronger than anything she had ever felt before had thrown her to her bed. She stood up again and stared at her mirror. The calendar was nowhere to be seen, but her mirror started to glitter and sparkle. She was mesmerized by the beauty of what she was seeing. She could hear little voices, but she couldn't see anyone. The colours were spectacular, like nothing she had seen before. The green was warm and soothing. She immediately felt calm. Then she looked again and could see tiny little flowers on the floor of the forest that was slowly emerging out of her mirror. A path started to flow towards her, out of her mirror and towards her feet, and then she heard that beautiful again. Ayria, it is day 5. Let me show you the magic of Christmas. She looked at herself. Her clothes had changed. She was in the most adorable green dress with silver buttons. Her hair had matching ribbons, and yes, her shoes were so shiny she could see her own reflection in them. There they were, shoes made out of crystal snowflakes. I'm here! I'm here! Are you there, Mickey? Yes, I am. It's lovely to see you. It's Saturday, Mickey. I don't have to go to school today. I know, but that doesn't mean you won't learn anything. You know, Ayria, days don't mean anything here in our world. Time is of no essence. If we live in harmony, we have plenty of time. Time is only meaningful if you feel it is running out, if you feel like you do not have enough of it. Sadly, Ayria, if you look around, you will see if we don't take care of the environment, then time will run out. It will become short for us because we will lose the valuable beauty that nature has given us. However, if we are in harmony with nature, we've got all the time in the world to enjoy it. Well, it certainly looks like a lovely day here, Ayria said to Mickey. Follow me, Ayria. I want to show you something. And off they went on another adventure. This time they were on foot. Ayria was always careful not to damage her beautiful snowflake shoes. Where are we going, Mickey? Ayria asked. To a very beautiful place. A place where time stands still. A place where everyone can find peace. A place that everyone who sees it falls in love with it. Ayria followed Mickey. They walked through woods and through flower fields. The smells were exquisite. Ayria thought she was in a perfume shop. The colours of the flowers were vibrant and delicate at the same time. She saw every colour of the rainbow. She even saw shades of colours that she had never seen before. As the flowers moved in the breeze, they looked like dancers in a ballet. Ayria loved to dance. Just then, she felt her feet lift about 1 centimetre off the ground, and she started to glide. She was one of the flowers. She was moving in time to the wind, perfectly in harmony with every other flower in the field. Oh, Mickey, I love it here. I could stay here forever. You could, Ayria, but the flowers will not be here forever. They have a season. In that time, they bloom and their scent is contagious. Soon, their season will be over. They will die back and their roots will rest, replenish themselves. Then, in spring, they will blossom again. It is a cycle, Ayria, perfectly balanced so that the roots are strong and vigorous enough to allow the plants to grow, then rested enough to allow the roots to repair themselves and gain their strength again. You see, Ayria, everyone has their time to shine in life. We have to allow everybody their time to shine. It is good to sit back sometimes and just enjoy everybody else. Then wait for your turn to come again. As they were talking, the beautiful scent changed quickly into a terrible stench. The most disgusting smell came upon both of them. Oh my goodness, Mickey, what is that? Oh, we have reached the rubbish dump. You see, just because this area is not lived in, people think it is okay to leave their rubbish here. Some of the rubbish is not biodegradable. That means it lies here for a very long time and it does not return to nature. Often they make fires and burn it. That really smells bad. Here in Nashim, we only use recyclable products. What you can smell is actually penetrating the veil of energy separating our two worlds. The smell is coming from Earth. What? Can we stop it? It is bad enough that we are ruining our own planet without ruining Nashim as well. Why don't more people use reusable containers, Mickey? Why do we use so much throwaway stuff? If it wasn't produced, people wouldn't have it. Oh, it's not that simple. I'm afraid, Ayria, you can't just stop producing it. Industry is too powerful. You know, Mickey, my brother talked about this last night. I think next Friday I'm going to ask my dad if we can take a reusable container for our fish and chips. We can still have the fun of the takeaway, just without the extra rubbish. That's a great idea, Ayria. There are lots of things we can reuse. Some shops even offer reusable cups and boxes with their food. As they continued to walk, they were slowly back where they had started, and the sweet smell of blossom started to fill the air again. Oh, fresh air, Mickey, what a luxury! It most certainly is, Ayria, more than I think you realise. Ayria could hear water. It was like a waterfall and it was making her thirsty. She could hear the water splashing against some rocks and after all that dancing, she really needed some water. Mickey, I am thirsty. Can I hear a waterfall somewhere? Follow me, he said. They turned around the corner, and ahead of them was the most spectacular waterfall Ayria had ever seen. The sun was shining through it, causing a magnificent rainbow to shine directly out of the centre of it. Ayria had never seen anything like it. The colours were mesmerising. Her eyes were locked on the beauty in front of them. The rainbow sparkled like Christmas glitter. It was like watching fairy lights twinkle on a dark, snowy night. Come on, Ayria. Crystal clear water. This will get rid of your thirst. Mickey brought out 2 beautiful bamboo cups that he'd made himself. I'm going to give you one of these. This is my present to you for Christmas. Today is actually the feast of St. Nicholas, and I am not putting anything in your snowflake slipper because it's on your foot and it would harm it. Ayria laughed. That is very considerate of you. Thank you. Ayria took the bamboo cup and put it in the waterfall. She filled it with water. She took a big mouthful. Oh, Mickey, this water is the best water I have ever drank. It has natural sparkles in it. Ayria, can you help us this Christmas to encourage people to recycle? Yes, of course. But how? Well, think of all that wrapping paper. I know it's lovely, and I know shiny paper always makes a present look nicer. I am not saying don't have it. I am just suggesting you are more mindful with it. Reuse it. Wrap a present in some material that you can use again. Get creative, but please think about all of the packaging that gets thrown away at Christmas time. You are so right, Mickey. With that, Ayria took another sip of her water. She closed her eyes to enjoy it, and as she opened them again, she could feel herself waking up. She opened her eyes and realised it was Saturday morning. She was in her bedroom. Her mum shouted, "Come on, Ayria, up you get. We're going Christmas shopping. Let's go to the coffee shop on the way. You love the hot chocolate there." Ayria really did love the hot chocolate in their local coffee shop. She jumped into her clothes and ran downstairs. In town, she couldn't forget that horrible smell. As she was walking through town, she could see fish and chip papers lying around, pizza boxes lying around, plastic bottles lying around, rubbish everywhere from the partygoers of the evening before. She had never noticed so much rubbish inside town before. She stopped to pick something up and put it in the bin. Her mum said, "What are you doing?" "There is so much of it, Mummy. You know, Mummy, we're all responsible for this rubbish. If people don't know what to do with their rubbish, we have to make it easy for them to find an alternative. If we don't offer easy alternatives, people will never stop throwing away their rubbish. For example, next week when we have our fish and chips, we can take our own box. What's the difference if we unpack it from our box or a throwaway one? None really. But actually, There is a huge difference. It is much better for the environment. Take our own box and put the fish and chips in it, and then when we come home, we won't have so much rubbish. Wow, that's a fantastic idea. Well done, Ayria. Oh, Mummy, there's the hot chocolate shop. Please, can I have a hot chocolate to go? As Ayria walked into the shop, there was a man standing dressed up like St. Nicholas. Happy St. Nicholas, I'm from Holland. This is Dutch hot chocolate, and this is your Nicholas gift from us today. He handed Ayria a bamboo cup. On it stood the name of the shop, Mickey's Hot Chocolate Shop. The man said, "This is our gift to you today. Please use it every time you come here to get your hot chocolate. That way you will be helping us and nature, and you will be making this world a better world for all of us." Ayria looked at the reusable cup. She had seen one of these cups somewhere else today. However, that was going to remain her secret. Ayria had to laugh. She loved her magical advent calendar so much. Oh, what a thoughtful and magical day 5 was. I think that's very wise to think about the packaging that our food comes in. And I do like the idea of a takeaway bamboo cup. I hope you've enjoyed this Shed Time story. And if you want to, you can like, share, follow and subscribe to Shed Time Stories. Then you will be ready for the next book for us to share together. Bye-bye.